Times now, Leo. It turns out Timothy Leary was right all along.
Yes, so psychedelic drugs reset the sense of self for people with depression. I don't know if this is based on Prince Harry's book, but Prince Harry certainly spoke about, taking mushrooms and how it helped him sort of self-medicate through his depression. But yeah, they're looking at new treatments from mushrooms, and also the substance they're looking at here is dimethyltryptamine.
DMT, yeah.
DMT, which is the active ingredient in ayahuasca, which is used in rainforest retreats where you imbibe it, and over the course of 48 hours you vomit. And
you vomit a lot.
The lizard people and stuff. But now you can just smoke it in a pipe.
Well, they say the ayahuasca trip
is
is actually, you do have a long period there where the scene and setting and all the rest of it, but the actual trip is about half an hour. This is one of the weird things with DMT. It's incredible. I'm not taking it. I wouldn't rule it out, but I have not yet done it. But it's incredibly intense, but very short, whereas acid can last for like a whole day and really be exhausting.
They used to call DMT the businessman's trip, because you can do it in a lunch break. Just put your briefcase down. And
there's been very interesting stuff written about it, not so much about the therapeutic, but about people going to, have an extraordinary sense, quite often replicated recognisably from one person to the next, of very specific experiences.
And they go on retreats, and they tend to do it 2 or 3 times a day with the same group of people over a 4 or 5 day period. And then what they like to do 6 months or a year later is get together with those same people. And the only relationship they have with these people is when they're either preparing to be high, they're high, or they're recovering.
That's most of my friends.
But it tends to, I think, open people up to a bit of intimacy conversation, which they may not have otherwise.
Well, there's a whole book. Michael Pollan wrote a book, the guy who's mostly written about food and about whole foods and the benefits of good diet. He wrote a book called something like Now You Can Change Your Brain or something like that. And it's all about the use of psychedelics as in therapy. And apparently it's a massively...
A lot of my friends in California, every time I run into them on the street when I'm back there, I'm like, have you been on vacation? No, I'm taking acid with my therapist. Everyone's doing it. Human growth hormone and hallucinogens.
I think it's kind of oversold. The sort of people say they have this rhapsodical religious experience when they do DMT. I did it. I did it in Darius's mum's living room. And my mate's mum's living room, and you're sort of, you blast off into space, and you're completely it's not like mushrooms or anything like that. You're completely out there. But when I came back round, I hadn't had this religious experience. I just realised I got a bit fat. So I looked down and I was like, I'm a bit fat now.
Maybe, without wishing to blow smoke up your rear end, you're already quite sorted. Maybe you didn't have anything that really needed unknotting.
Or maybe you were already fat.